G'day, Rockhound here. The first full developer diary has just come out from the Mavericks Proving Grounds team, and all I can say is wow, there's just so much good stuff in here. This game already looks amazing, and we're only at the pre-alpha stage and just getting a few glimpses of game content and gameplay. In this video, I'm going to run through my analysis of the developer diary, stopping the video as we go to analyse all the juicy details that you might have missed. So strap in, it's going to be a long one. Now if you're keen to watch the diary in its entirety first without interruption, check out the link for that video in the video description below. In this first freeze frame, we see a character from front on wearing a helmet, armor vest and armored knee pads. Later in the video you'll see characters without knee pads, which indicates that knee pads are likely to be a separate armor item. Notice that there is also what looks like a headlamp attachment point on the character's helmet, suggesting that night mode might be something that comes with the game out of the box. Now wouldn't that be awesome? In this shot we see our very first glimpse of the map with a game zone circle on it. So it looks like this part of the game is staying close to the circle gameplay used by PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. We can also see a second smaller double circle towards the bottom left, which could be like the red zone from PUBG. We also get a look at roads and buildings on the map for the first time as well. On the right hand screen we see the developer has searched Google for a reference image for the coolest wood pile ever. So I think it would be a safe bet that this game will definitely contain the coolest wood piles ever seen in a game. In this next shot we see a developer working on a bearded character that has lots of facial detail. They seem to be going all out with the detail here. This image shows us what appears to be the different levels of armor available, which have been named Base, that appears to be no armor, Recon, Utility and Assault. Note that leg and arm protection is only really provided in the Utility and Assault levels. So maybe there will be more types of armor items to loot in Mavericks than in PUBG, which only has helmets and vest armor, or maybe all armor in Mavericks will be looted as an entire set rather than piece by piece, and we'll see later in the video that the UI may suggest that too. Also, the upper image, in which we can only see the legs of the characters, shows that there may be variations in armor available. It'll be interesting to see if the developers make these variations available as selectable skins, or if the armor items just match a particular character when the item is looted. We haven't really heard much detail about the MMO and RPG parts of the game, but it could be that armor items will be tradable when playing in the MMO mode. Alrighty, when I first saw this image I thought this character was a zombie. Like we need another game with zombies in it, please no. But now I think it actually shows that we'll have a wide variety of clothing options, including crazy skull masks and even matching skull knee armor as shown here. So choice of character styles definitely seems to extend into the armor, which I think is a cool change up from how PUBG styles armor pretty generically. Also, note the sawn-off shotgun as a choice of weapon here.
Same stories a lot, you know, slight variations, and having a rich dynamic world where if I see some guys, maybe they're hiding in a bush, maybe I can set fire to that grass and it'll burn out and you'll destroy their cover, and then I can get a clean shot on them. Or maybe I just burn it out because I think there's people there, or maybe I just burn out that grass patch because that's pretty funny.
How cool will that be if we can set fire to grass to try and flush out other players hiding in it? That also begs the question, will the wind direction make a difference when we start the fire? Best you know that you're upwind when you pull your lighter out, eh?
Those kind of situations, and give players tools in a sandbox like that, makes for some epic moments.
To describe Mavericks, I would say, yeah, it's the open world MMO shooter, the modern version, if you like. So if you took the expectations of Destiny, the finesse and fidelity of Call of Duty as a shooter, and those more persistent experience that we've all had in MMOs such as RuneScape and World of Warcraft, and we smash them together, that's really where we see Mavericks.
Wow, how awesome did that description of the game sound? I can't wait to get an opportunity to play this. Anyhow, in this shot we see concept art being created for a very cool looking female character that includes a ballistic mask and also a glimpse of what looks like a pistol with a suppressor.
Away from those traditional boundaries of the technology and the performance of the game, and those things don't, they don't constrain us anymore.
The Proving Grounds are a whole world, a sort of dynamic experience that goes beyond just the session, and not only has persistence and social hub and progression, but also that the fact that it's in a world that's higher fidelity and is more dynamic and means more, just really brings the entire experience to a completely different level.
In this freeze frame we see James Thompson playing a pre-alpha version of the game, and we get a good look at the right side of the UI, which looks nice and clean and simple. At the top we can see the compass showing which bearing the player is facing, and at the bottom of the screen we can see that it shows the weapon held, the number of rounds available, a health bar, a first aid infantry, and an indication of which armour is being worn. In this case, no armour. Note that there's only one armour indicator, so this might back up the idea that players upgrade their armour as a whole and not piece by piece. Now I can't tell what this other indicator is for, maybe we'll find that out down the track. Similarly, in this shot we see the left side of the UI, which shows the mini-map, the number of players remaining, and then presumably the time until the game zone circle closes, and whether or not the character has made it safely into the circle zone, so there's less chance of getting caught out if you're not watching the minimap closely. The top left indicator may be the number of kills the player has made. Note the gas bottles in the cage on the right of the screen. Now we're going to see another one of those make a spectacular appearance in just a moment. Okay, here we see a player that's approached a wooden shack and has shot a gas bottle that's located underneath the shack. And you can actually see there's gas leaking out of the tank. How cool is that? And unfortunately for the player, the gas bottle actually explodes in a fireball, killing them. Now this means that if you're camping in one of those little shacks, you'll actually be at risk of being blown up from any player that is able to shoot the bottle and make it explode. Now that adds a new element of risk for campers compared with the shacks that we see on PUBG. That's all for this video analysis of week 1 of the Mavericks developer diary, but how cool does the game look so far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you looking forward to the game? And what do you think about what you've seen in this video? If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, and if you want to see the latest news and further analysis of Mavericks developer diaries as they come out, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on social media as well, just check out the links in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.